So guys, Eli here, back for a horror movie collection video. It's been a while since I've done these, and I like doing them, so I want to keep at it. I'm trying to do a better job, and I kind of have been of like rotating my videos instead of doing like too many of the same type of video all in a row. I've been trying to kind of rotate all my different videos that I do, and it's been fun. But I got some cool stuff in the works, so keep an eye out if you want to see me do something maybe a little out of the ordinary, at least for this channel. So anyways, picking up where we left off last time, which was probably over a month ago. We're going to get it started with, I know I showed this recently because I only got this, I don't know, maybe a month ago, but we're going to kick it off with Lamberto Bava's Demons on Blu-ray. Thank you once again, Rick from the Dreadful Minutes, for sending this to me. I used to own this, but I lost it. I lost it to an ex-girlfriend some years back, so cool to have it back in the collection, and at Blu-ray, no doubt. So this is a classic. Obviously, this is a classic Italian horror. Lamberto Bava, one of the top directors from Italy back in the 70s and 80s, with Dario Argento presenting it. I think he produced it. A lot of people make the mistake, and I've done it myself. I did it when I showed this when I got it. I call it a Dario Argento movie. It's really not. I mean, don't take the credit away from Lamberto Bava directed it. This is his movie. But this is a fantastic, one of the best Italian horror movies of all time. Very well known, obviously. I'm not going to go into details or anything. Just showing stuff in my collection, right? Kind of what I'm doing with these videos. Next we got, I feel like I might have talked about this one not too long ago, but I could be wrong. I can't remember. Anyways, in my search for trying to get all the Stuart Gordon and Brian Usna movies, I picked this up a couple of months ago, The Dentist. This is a Brian Usna movie. I think it might have been written by Stuart Gordon, directed by Brian Usna. This came out in sometime in the 90s. I'm not getting a date on the back here, but yeah, I want to say early 90s on this one. Corbin Benson plays the dentist. It's basically about, so Corbin Benson, he's a dentist who, he's a very successful dentist, but like everyone just kind of treats him like shit. Like he's got this wife who cheats on him, and just pretty much treats him like dog shit. A lot of his clients, treat him like dog shit. He's always stressed out. He's got the IRS breathing down his back, and basically he just one day decides to snap, and you don't want a dentist snapping. That's if this movie taught me anything, that's be nice to your dentist. Next we have The Descent. I saw this I think in the theater when it came out, and I bought it back when it originally came out on DVD. Got rid of it because I didn't think I really liked it very much, but in all these years since then, this movie gets praised for being, a really, really good movie. So I decided to rebuy it some months back. And I haven't rewatched it, but I'm glad to be giving it a second chance. But we got The Descent, directed by Mr. What's his name? Neil Marshall, who did the new Hellboy movie, and he's done some cool stuff. He did another one of his movies will be showing up shortly here. Yeah. You've probably seen this. It's just about a group of women who go cave diving or whatever it's called, and they end up getting lost in this series of caves. I mean, they're deep down in these caverns and shit. And they end up getting lost in. They end up getting hunted by this like unknown to man, basically species of monster that has basically lived in the dark for so long that these creatures have evolved to, they're blind, they don't see anything, but they have super sense of hearing and maybe sense of smell. I can't remember, but anyways, pretty cool movie. Like I said, I didn't like it so much when it came out. Glad I'm giving it a second chance. Next, a movie I had been wanting to see for a long time, and I finally got to watching it like 6 months ago, and it is very good. The Devil's Backbone by Guillermo del Toro. This is one of del Toro's best movies for sure, and it's one of his earlier movies. This movie's all in Spanish. I think it was filmed in Spain. I can't. It takes place in Spain. I'm actually not sure if it was filmed in Spain, but anyways, it's a Spanish-speaking movie. It is about it takes place in the Spanish Civil War. It is kind of a ghost story. if you ask me, I've heard some people say this is a very scary movie. I don't think it's very scary. It's more sad, and it's more sad than anything. It's got that Del Toro, that Del Toro sadness to it. You know, that you get from like Pan. You know, if you've seen Pan's Labyrinth, it's got a similar morose feeling to that. It's just a really good movie. You could probably say it's not a horror movie. You know, it kind of is. It's just a good movie. Let's leave it at that. Definitely check it out. When did this come out? I think I maybe should start researching dates. 2001. But I should start researching dates, I think, before I do these movies. I'm trying to give you guys a little bit... I'm trying to put a little bit more effort into my videos than I did in the past. And you might be noticing little bits here and there, and I think it'll pay off. I mean, if you guys are going to watch my videos, I'd like to make it worth your while, so... this movie, shit, I can't remember if I've seen this or not. I bought it some time ago, and goddamn, I don't think I have seen it. I probably should pop it in soon. 2014, we got Devil's Due. Since I'm not sure if I've seen it or not, I guess I'm not going to really say much about it. What do we got here? Directed by Matt Bettinelli-Olphin and Tyler Gillette. Yeah, anyone seen Devil's Due? I know it got some talk. There was definitely some talk about this movie around the time it came out. It got on my radar somehow, so. Next we have, this is considered by a lot of people to be an all-time classic. I've only seen it once, and I will say I wasn't really super into it, so I do need to rewatch this. Originally came out in 1975. We got The Devil's Reign. Like I said, an all-time classic to a lot of people. We got William Shatner, Ernest Borgnine, fucking John Travolta's even in this. Yeah, I got this pretty nice Dark Sky Films DVD version. They did a nice job. Actually, a quite nice job. Cool artwork on the inside. Yeah. Really need to rewatch this one, like I said. I've only seen it one time, and I don't think I appreciated it, for what it is. I need to watch it with more of an open mind and, hold back expectations. This next one I need to rewatch because I actually really did enjoy it, but it was like almost 10 years ago, I think, when I bought it. Got The Devil's Rock. This is an Australian movie. This one was pretty cool. I love on the back, dude. You gotta see this. From one of the critics. Saw with swastikas. So yeah, obviously it takes place in World War II. Some soldiers, they find some like, I believe it was underground, some kind of secret bunker in Germany, I think, and it ends up, you know how Hitler was all, he had this fascination with the occult and did all kinds of weird fucking experiments. It's basically about that. They find this bunker where they were doing like occult experiments and stuff like that, and honestly, that's all I really remember. So I need to rewatch it. I do remember liking it though. 2011. So yeah, I have probably had this for nearly 10 years. Needs a rewatch. Hate to be showing this one already because I know I just showed it in my last new stuff video. But in case you didn't catch that, I mentioned Neil Marshall earlier. This is a movie he did even previous to The Descent. Pretty sure this was before The Descent. We're talking about Dog Soldiers. 2001. Man, pretty close. I can't remember when The Descent came out. Right around that time anyways. I'm pretty sure this was from before The Descent, at least by a year or two. So Dog Soldiers, pretty cool movie. I mentioned when I bought it that I didn't care for it as much as some people did, but I've always wanted to rewatch it, and I've always wanted to own it. So, I bought it so I can watch it a second time and hopefully appreciate it a little bit more this time. But it's basically about these soldiers, British soldiers, I think, who find this abandoned farmhouse, and they're finding dead bodies everywhere and stuff, and they it's a werewolf movie. I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, soldiers find dead bodies. They don't know what's going on. Chaos ensues. But yeah, I got this cool DVD/Blu-ray version, which I really like, having one of each. I mentioned earlier one of my older videos where I kind of primarily bought, well, first of all, I buy DVDs over Blu-ray just because they're cheaper, and dude, they look fine to me. I don't need Blu-ray or 4K, but I mentioned that I don't get a lot of opportunities to watch Blu-rays because my son's always using my Xbox One, but I actually bought a Blu-ray player over the weekend, so I might start collecting more Blu-rays, but we'll see. I still like DVDs for being a lot cheaper, and like I said, they look good to me. I don't need anything that looks better than that. But this next one, I do need to rewatch this, but I was really disappointed when it came out. I don't think my mind's going to be changed much on a second watch. But we're talking about Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. As I've said many times before, I'm a big Del Toro fan. This came out in 2011. All these movies are from 2011. Yeah, I was extremely disappointed with this. I will rewatch it, but like I said, I don't think it's going to change my opinion too much. But yeah. All right, last but not least, we got a kind of a Italian giallo classic here. I actually started watching this not too long ago, and I need to finish it because I didn't. I paused it and never got back to it. Lucio, is it Lucio or Lucio? Lucio Fulci. This is one of his classic movies. Most of his movies were classics, but not everything. 1972, like I said, Italian giallo classic. Good movie. I need to finish it. I started it a couple of months ago, and yeah, this is the Blue Underground DVD version. I like Blue Underground. They do a nice job. I don't know when exactly. This DVD came out in 2007, but yeah, originally 1972. God damn me, I need to finish it. I will say, I have not seen a lot of giallo movies. I'm actually not super, even in the world of like classic Italian horror from the 70s and 80s, I haven't really, I'm not super well versed. I have a handful of them in my collection, but I need to get on that. And as far as the giallos, shit, this might be the only giallo movie I own. It might be, one of the very few that I've even seen, and I haven't even seen the whole thing. So when it comes to the world of classic Italian horror, I need to get on it. But anyways, that's all I got. 10 DVDs. What you can look forward to in the future, I'm going to keep doing these. I'm really enjoying doing these album reviews. I have one that I'm uploading soon, and I got more that I'm working on. I'm kicking around the idea of doing a LLN, Les Legion Noir scene video. The infamous black metal scene from France in the early 90s. I'm not going to do like a comprehensive video. I'm just going to show all the stuff that I have, because I have a decent stack of LLN releases. They're all bootlegs, but it would still, I think it'd be cool to group them all and show them together. And, maybe a little bit of history behind it as well, even though we don't, what very little we actually have. What else do I got? Yeah, just, I'm enjoying, staying pretty active on this channel, and hopefully I'm making the videos decent enough for you guys to follow, so. Keep an eye out for more reviews, and like I said before, I really would appreciate feedback on the reviews, because if I'm going to do reviews, I'd prefer them to be at least watchable. So if there's areas I can improve on them, feel free to leave feedback. My feelings won't be hurt. I won't be mad at you. I'll actually really appreciate the feedback. So anyways, Louis says hello. He's right there. Thanks for stopping by, guys. We'll talk soon. Cheers.